Have you heard about the word? Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with the Lord of the Eagles. This big bird can cost as little as 2 mana and it's a flash flying 8/8. The more power you have among your flyers, the less this costs. And you don't even need to have permanent flyers for that to count. Whether it's something like a warped Quantum Riddler or a cheap Vantress Gargoyle, Lord of the Eagles is going to see those flyers and cost even less. But because this is a flyers deck, we're also looking to buff our flyers with cards like Heraldic Banner, Favorable Winds, and of course, just by bringing in more and more power. Most of the creatures in this deck have flying, with the exception of one, and that's because this helps us get card draw, but most of these cards also tend to have flash, so you can hold that mana for your counter spells, or your birds, bring out whatever you need, and then swing in the air where your opponent has no way to reach you. This deck is playing what I consider the best of blue flyers, whether they're the big flyers that draw you cards or the little flyers that help protect you, and even some kind of strange flyers that you have to sacrifice to get their abilities, ones that give you card draw, ones that grow over time. Lord of Eagles gets to play them all. So let's take this Lloyd of the Boyds into the queue and see if we can establish a pecking order. The Sackville Bagginses. Sacrificing tokens will cause me to lose life, and they can sacrifice creatures or artifacts when it enters to draw a card, make a treasure. It's kind of like a mini Deadly Dispute. I imagine they just sacrifice a ton of tokens. They bring out good sacrifice engines and things that have payoff like Sephiroth, and they drain you out because they're, I don't know, trying to sell Bilbo's home while he's out on an adventure. Bag End deserves better, and I deserve to have a 1 mana 3/3 flyer to get a discount of 3 on my Lord of Eagles. Forsaken Miner. I hardly know her. So if I play Vantress Gargoyle, I can play Lord of Eagles next turn. Sure, neither of these can attack. I don't really care. I want to have a 2 mana 8/8. And I don't think that that's a problem. I think that that's a solution. Oh, I can still block, though. You have... Okay, I had a kill spell. Yeah, I can block as long as I have 4 more cards in hand. So no longer can I bring out the Lloyd of the Eagles. That's okay. They thought Bilbo died. I mean, nobody really leaves Bag End. Hello, this is a bird. It's not this bird, but it's still a bird. Okay, so they're going to sacrifice this because otherwise it gets blocked. Most of, but not all of the flyers in this deck have flash. I'd actually say it's about half of them, especially when you get to like 2, 3, and 4 mana. This is, by the way, I believe the only non-flying creature in the deck. Enduring Curiosity. So I could untap this. I'm just going to play the Mischievous Mystic and hold up Memory Lapse. Marionette Apprentice. It's another good drainer. And since they have this fetch here, give them the choice of like keeping it or not. Alright, they're gonna shuffle it back in. Enduring Curiosity, it's an enchantment, but it's also a creature. It's a really good creature, especially if you have lots of good evasive creatures. So let the Boyds fly. Oh, they're flying. Sackville Bagginses. Ooh, oh, that's fun with Forsaken Miner. They committed a crime. Would I like to draw cards or make an 8/8? I would rather draw the cards because I have this Mystic out. That gets me a 1/1 fairy, and I get the Spyglass Siren. Spit that out too. Oh, cool. We have like a Protecto bird next turn. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is a sweet gumball that this Plumecrete is carrying, but the way they make it look like a mace is so cute. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose a lot of life. That's fine. Desperate measures! That's fine. The Enduring Curiosity wasn't going to get damaged through anyway. It returns as an enchantment. I lose a bunch of life. They draw some cards. All right, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna try to pump this up because it has Ward 2. Jawari Disruption. Ah, we can do better than that. And I have so much mana off Nykthos. Okay, that's a land. We get another fairy. Land. Excuse you, game. Excuse you, game. One moment. I'm gonna bring out the Lord of Eagles. We're just gonna do this all sorcery speed. I'll turn you, and yeah, I'm actually gonna turn this fairy into a treasure. Untap the Sleep Cursed Fairy and pass the turn. I did this at sorcery speed so I could bring this out. Ran is draining me for up to 2 a turn. That's why I was prioritizing it as the target. They enter, they sacrifice the miner returns? No, the miner does not return. They're leaving up these 3 mana for something. And the something is victory. Kefka Court Mage enters, makes both players discard, draws cards as a result, and will likely be playing some good kill spells, counter spells, burn spells, discard spells, all of the things that Grixis does best. I guess I'll just play this tapped here, since there's nothing to copy on Mockingbird, and I'd rather not play it as a 1/1, since they might play something like, I don't know, a turn 1 Ragavan, or a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Yeah, okay. They do not want me making him unable to scream. And now they know about my Sky Coach Conductor, my Mockingbird, and my Excogitator Sphinx. I'm gonna go ahead and pop down this baddie as a 1/1. It's a good bird. Makes a flying copy of whoever it wants. If there were things to make copies of. In response to the Inquisition, I'm gonna flash out Malcolm. They'll be able to discard Sky Coach Conductor. Oh, never mind. They're remanding it back into my hand, so they will be able to discard Malcolm. Bye, Malcolm. Mockingbird going in. No, I don't need to ninjutsu this. There's nobody else attacking. My Mockingbird. I do not have 1 mana to go all aboard. Here's my Sky Coach. And I guess because they are doing hand attack, I'll set up for some draw. This is also sort of card draw. This is, by the way, a maybe card in this deck. I just am kind of a sucker for clues. Why do you still have the ninjutsu up? You get rid of that. Brave Expectations. They're stealing a card from my deck. Now, they're probably just going to get some utility flyer, but they might get one of the counter spells. I don't know. I'm swinging in. Are you gonna do something about it? You seem to have some land trouble over there. All aboard! We fizzle the Brazen Borrower. getting 2 damage. Draw a card. Ooh, a Nimble Obstructionist. Fun. I am going to let them draw. I put a stop in their upkeep so I could click it. I'm going to click this. It does not let me mess up their lands. Okay, so they drew a land. Whoa, 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 whoa! I was going to get rid of that Rusco. I guess that's a no-go. Dak Hayden, going to be stealing my artifacts, which makes this hand a little bit worse. I guess maybe eventually I'd be able to bounce it back, but I think that Dak's going to be a little tricky, even though this is a fantastic card in my deck, so I'm going to mulligan. Dak is also usually getting some draw and discard synergy, since pretty easily they get to draw and discard. Still have that Siren Storm Tamer. It was in both opening hands. This is nice, though. It helps protect things like the Lloyd Eagles, a big bird. I think it'd be cool if the Lord of Eagles were white and blue. Because white also has a bunch of, like, flying creature synergy that we don't have access to in blue. This Fairy Mastermind, I'm, like, kind of hoping that we can just brick some of their draws and be like, well, I'm also drawing. Waya here? Yeah, another one of the big eagles, or great eagles, is in white. Brawl. Alright, so I'm not waiting. I'm just flashing out the Fairy Mastermind now. I'll be able to protect it with the Siren Storm Tamer. And hello, Hydroponics. In we go. Oh yeah, you put this into like a Castrol deck for sure. The bird guy. Because he is creature type bird. Most of these, not legally birds. Like, come on! It's a siren. It's totally a bird. Fairy Mastermind, fairy. Yuta Takahashi, totally a bird. Hydroponics Architect, that's just a bug. That's not a bird at all. It doesn't feel bird-like to me. Yeah, we have onboard protection with the Siren Storm Tamer. And some good birds. Lord of Eagles now costs 5. We haven't played that much power yet. I don't need power. I just need birds. What? Creatures entering don't cause abilities. Oh. I have a couple ETBs, like this one. I would say that, like, in general, though, I don't have that many enter the battlefields. There are some, but a lot of them are not that necessary to the deck. Swinging in. And if they don't end up doing something, I might end up just coil and catching, since, like, yeah, it's a 6/7, but it's not going to get the big bounce if Torpor Orb's in play. I could also use Otawara. What's up, Brawl? What's up, Ottas? You're banned from Standard now. You and Gran. Storm Chaser's Talent was just, it was a really good card. Vivi. Yuck. Pesky wizard. With the discount, too. I'll go for the draw and discard. I've got lands, and lands. And birds. Oh, what's up, Library of Alexandria? Yeah, I'll pass through. Yeah, they put Library of Alexandria in Brawl. It's a weird choice. I'm kind of waiting to see what they're trying to set up here. Because I have the Otawara as an instant speed bounce, but I could also just bring out Galful Galecaller and Lord of Eagles. Yeah, I like birds decks. I should revisit Castrol. because it gives you card advantage and stuff. Oh, it's a Kitsa. So this person, by the way, their deck feels like it's actually a Brawl deck. Like the Storm Brawl. Because right now, all of this is Spellslinger stuff. Every single one of these cards is Spellslinger. They want to make my fairy unable to scream? Okay, one sec. Ghalta Galecaller. And the Lord of all them Eagles. One large bird. Wow, it resolved. Frankly, I'm kind of surprised. So Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, sure, I won't get to take your card draw. But I got an 8/8 bird and lethal in the air. Seems good enough to me. It's him, Torok, Dread Canter. Gonna make us discard at random. I've got Spyglass Siren on turn 1, one of these two on turn 2, and if I can set up some card draw with something like Wan Shi Tong, I'll be making more birds, or maybe just some Eldrazi spawn. In this deck, Mischievous Mystic, I think, is the better one, just because it makes more birds. Uh-oh, thoughts. Hello. All of the cards in my hand are good. Which one do you hate the most? We got this one, that one, and this one. If I draw a blue source, by the way, I'd be playing Sapphire Medallion, so I could double spell. Okay, so they hit Wan Shi Tong, which tells me they probably have some, like, tutors, or they're just, you know, rightfully worried about that bird. I'm gonna bring out Mischievous Mystic. Well, somebody has an instant speed free kill spell, don't they? I saw that priority hold. Ah, Transformers. They have to get to 4 mana. Do I risk it? Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. Give me an island! No, that's Talion's Throne Guard. Put that in the trash. Oh, Hacker Man! Think of it, a 16-month resub. Oh, right. Funny interaction here. So Sapphire Medallion makes blue spells I cast cost 1 less. Neither of these are blue spells. They are colorless because they have Devoid. They got that Devoid. I can hold to flash this out. Yeah, I think flashing out Fairy Mastermind is going to be better than bringing out the Embercool's Messenger, because it also makes it feel like, ooh, maybe she has a counterspell. I don't, but imagine if I did. Starting up some Fey foolery. Yeah, I feel like if they have Cast Down, or Snuff Out, that's the one. It's like, use it on the Eagles. Nope, they snuffed my Mystic. I'll play Warden of Avos Isle. It discounts all my flyers. It's good in a mono blue birds deck, believe it or not. it's a card that's on theme. I'll take 4. You wiping the board? No, it's a Scrawling Crawler. This will cause me to draw additional cards, but also it will hurt. Okay, I will untap the blue one. Oh, it's Nimba! Just keep swinging. And I'll flash out the Nimble Obstructionist. Oh, wait, I could have played both because I would have gotten the second draw off Mastermind. Well, at least now I have lots of cards in hand. Oh, the Sword of Feast and Famine! I could go for a treat. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I block here. This is a matter of... I have Lethal in the air. Assuming Assuming that they did not, like, cast a removal spell after. That's why it's like I'm flashing it out, but I don't actually think that's right. I think since I don't have additional power here, I just flash it out and swing in next turn. Let them get this card. It doesn't matter, they left. Igra, eater of all. They want to turn some things into food and eat them up. I got a turn 1 bird, turn 2 counterspell, or bird. A bounce spell. I think we're ready to go. You love Igra? One of the coolest things about Igra are the, like, pseudo board wipes with her, where you kill everything but Igra by destroying all artifacts, and then she gets huge and just, like, swings in for lethal. Elemental. Yep, she's an elemental, and she might come out this next turn. Yeah, I played Igra on Shuffle Up and Play not that long ago. If you want to see me with Slimesicle Charlie and Moist Critical Charlie having a great time, well, golly, go check out that video. It's a little nasty, but it's nasty in a fun way. Yeah, viewer beware. There are mouth sounds. Yes, it was a video of tormenting Prof. Since we know I can't counter their commander, I was gonna go for the little card draw here. Card draw! Every video with me is tormenting Prof. No, he's my friend! Oh my god, they ate that elf. Prof allowed it. Prof did not know what we were doing going in. Slimesicle Charlie and I were colluding with the producer. And this won't surprise anyone. Oh, yep, there's a board wipe. Well, here's a bug. Click, click, click. We are all now food. They can sacrifice their food to draw cards. I'm gonna hope that I can get my food to live a turn. Meritus of Ideation. I can't Ancestral Recall this turn, but it is a 5/5 blocker. That said, Igra can get to like 15 power with just what's on the board. Oh no, Wishcloth Talisman. I'm gonna guess they're gonna look for another board wipe. Let's see, if they were to hit all artifacts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 food, so you would get plus 12 and swing for 18. Oh, is this new? Peaceful Offering. Huh. Oh, the Sackville Bagginses. They sacrificed a food to get a treasure. Drawing a card. And since they have treasure up. Okay, Confectioner. Confectioner is part of a combo if you have a free sack outlet. Which they do. They have Savvy Hunter. So Savvy Hunter or any other free sacrifice outlet lets them sacrifice the food here. I'll hit them with a good game and I'll just like have them show the loop. I lose life from the Sackville Bagginses. Igra keeps growing and they get 2 rats. The rats are food. You sacrifice the food rats to the Savvy Hunter. You draw cards. You deal damage. You get more rats. And I'll concede, because you don't need to watch the combo play out. You've seen the loop. Gut True Soul Zealot. It is going to be really hard for me to keep pace with their commander, because they make cheap, big, evasive creatures that are frequently going to be 2-for-1ing my creatures. Gut is one of those commanders that it's just good red aggro, and even without a background, you want an uncommon commander that does work, I'll recommend Gut. You can play her in the ranked queue, you can play her wherever. Yeah, birds tend not to be... The birds tend to be very boltable in this deck as well. So I guess I'll just try to get my damage in until I can set up some big birds, some less boltable birds. I'm gonna turn their ruby medallion into a treasure with the Kite Sail Larcenist. And they're gonna get themselves some bones. Yeah, lightning a bird's natural predator. That's what you get for being conductive. They're not playing anything yet. I could hold up Glenalendra's Answer. That's probably a good idea. It makes birds. Otherwise, it'd be Heraldic Banner to get a little more damage. Yeah, like, I feel like they could have played Gut there, just using the treasure. Okay, here's Gut. There isn't Gut. It's a 4-mana counter spell, but it leaves me with a bird. And you know what's good for me? It's birds. Birds are good for me. Heraldic Banner. This will give me enough power to play Lord of Eagles. And it's got flash, so anytime I want, baby. That's an 8/8. Anytime I want. Yeah, listen. Red can deal with these birds. They did not play removal. They didn't play Gut on that turn. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. He's the Lloyd of the Boyds. The Lord of all Eagles. With 9 power thanks to Heraldic Banner. It's a big bird. And this one's got Ward. Okay, so they're gonna shove the token. It's not very impressive, though. And, you know what? Yeah, let's play a little bit of protection just to be silly. Here's Kira. And here's a lethal swing. GG, Gut. Vivi, the little spell-slinging wizard, gonna get huge tap for mana, deal lots of damage to my face. I have a Sapphire Medallion, which I could chain into, like, Ledger Shredder and Favorable Winds, which I think could be really cool. Smuggler's Copter, a 2-mana 3/3 flyer, sort of. Enough for me. Let's do it. I like their theming, by the way. They got their Shantoto avatar. They got their Vivi sleeves. We're gonna blow their mind with Ledger Shredder. Into. Ooh. Quantum Riddler, what do I get? Just drop the land. What did I draw here? Another land. Looking good. Looking good. Hello, Vivus. They have 1 blue up. Am I just feeling Quantum Riddler or Double Spell? Double spell! Oracle, put the power 9 into my deck. Smuggler's Copter, show me some power 9! I got a bird. It's a good bird. I like it. I'll swing in for 2. Yeah, this is the fixed Vivi. Unfortunately, fixed Vivi has other upsides, like going infinite with things like Staff of Domination, Dominion, whatever, that thing. It also makes it a better Paradox Engine commander. Yes, oh, such fun things. Storm of Saruman. Okay, wait, this is the same Vivi I played against, I think, yesterday? When I was playing Bjorn. I remember because they were playing Storm of Saruman, which is not a card most players would play because it is what I'll describe as a big, janky enchantment. Is it fun? Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Is it good? Up for debate. You know what's on top of my deck? Mox Jet. I don't need that. Yep. Good get. Time Walk. Connive, goodbye. Florida Eagles, we got lethal. That's some good birds right there. It's a medium-sized Chandra, Acolyte of Flame. This is the one I think makes 2 elementals. Yeah, it makes elementals. It can give extra loyalty. And it can recast your cheap spells from the graveyard. A little bit of a flashback there. I have Cloudfin, Storm Tamer, Memory Lapse, Sapphire. These are all good cards. Oh, and Thorism. Thank you for the 79-month resub. Let us unleash the power of Boyds. Cloudfin Raptor is such cute art. Simic Combine. What are you doing? What are you doing and why is it so cute? Yeah, I feel like this would be a good Chandra for Oopsal Chandras, just mono red planeswalkers, because it has that buffing things up ability. But you could also play it with, like, impact tremors effects. That would turn out pretty well. Siren Storm Tamer. It's a 1/1. It's sort of a counter spell for future turns. Oh, yeah, they're deep in thought. Are you considering perhaps bolting my bird? Shoving my bird? Doing unspeakable, horrendous things to my bird? Oh no, Roiling Vortex. Here's the good news. I don't really have that many free spells. I have Daze and... Yeah, I think I have Daze in the deck. And I have the, you can sacrifice a creature. I'll just be careful about casting them. I could either go for, like, Sapphire Medallion. I could just hold up Memory Lapse. I like hold up Memory Lapse on this turn because they could play Chandra this next turn. Or another, like, bigger threat. Right now, I have Board Presence. Oh, Pride of Hulklade, another great Simic creation. Yeah. Alright, so I will try to just slow them down by hitting this with the Memory Lapse, put it on top of their deck. Nice. Sapphire, wow, Sapphire Medallion, and a Cloudfin Raptor. I need to hold a Stifle. I get to put it back in hand. Does Medallion work for abilities? It does not. It is only to cast spells. But it does include spells like prepared spells. Even though this already only costs 1. Here comes Chandra. They don't have anything in the graveyard, so it's either make more loyalty or make the elementals. Okay, so they're just pinging her up. Gemstone Caverns. I'll take it. And I'm going to play Emeritus of Ideation. That will evolve my Cloudfin Raptor. And I'm going to swing them both at face. This thing's got Ward. That should be hard for them to touch. Ward 2. Yeah, big blue flyers. One of the big blue flyers I didn't put in this deck, but I considered was Imrith, the dragon. I wonder if I should throw her in. It's like a lightning dragon. Her? Maybe? I don't actually know. I know Gnawbones is a girl dragon. They're doing something here. They could flame slash it post-combat. That would certainly work. Have I done Bjorn yet? Yes, Bjorn was the first deck that I recorded from this set. As much as I like birds, I like bears more. Okay, so they're actually sacrificing the token and using it as collateral damage to kill the Cloudfin Raptor. I get pinged again. I'll just go for the Ancestral Recall. Hopefully they don't have a redirect. If they do, well... good for them, honestly. I'll go for killing Chandra. I do not have enough cards in the graveyard to prepare you. But I do have enough flying power for the Lord of Eagles to come out for just 2 mana. And I think since we have this evasion, and our creatures are so difficult to kill for a mono red deck, this is our game. It's Mr. Fantastic! I have a really fun turn 2 card, but it's a lot better if I can follow up with Lord of Eagles. I still think this is a pretty good hand, though. It's got more of my, like, big spells. Nice. Behold, a hall of storm giants! We're gonna riddle. Lofty Denial, bird-themed counterspell. Not a land, though. By the way, their deck will have a lot of non-creature spells because that's what Mr. Fantastic cares about. He's also got Reach, which is rude because some of us are trying to fly here. But no, he's got big stretchy arms. He's doing like... Bro? Yeah, he's doing that. Well, are you going to cast a non-creature spell so you can draw a card? Why'd he do that thing with his arms? Dude, I do not know. Yeah, I could use the Power 9. Power 9 is almost like birds. This should be enough to just, you know, stop him from getting a free swing in as well. Oh, Shadow Spear! I don't want him getting that, so I will drop, I feel like because they have Mr. Fantastic as a blocker, having this, like, bird that requires to hit is not going to be as good. So I'm gonna hit the Shadow Spear. Yeah, I need Ancestral Recall to draw more birds. Because he attacks alone, He is a 3/5. The animation reminded you of like a volleyball block. Yeah, he's like, oh. I got this cryptic command, Lofty Denial. I'm gonna go for the Heraldic Banner into Lofty Denial. If it works, let's find out. They got blue up. You would give me a bird? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna scry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm just gonna scry. Maybe I'm gonna scry a little. It's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, they gave me the bird. Literally, they gave me a bird. Assimilation Aegis. No. Don't no. That's my bird, man! What a rude dude. Gives me a bird and takes one away. These are the pains of life. It's gonna be more power for me. If I can get rid of the Assimilation Aegis, sure. Okay, I can get rid of the Assimilation Aegis. What of it? Yeah, we chill. Am I saying that Mr. Fantastic is a Lloyd of all Boyds? No, I'm the Lloyd of all Boyds. Gamble? Gamble? What are you gambling for, Mr. Fantastic? Reed Richards, this is not appropriate behavior. Okay, they discarded a Solitude. So that I'm happy about that. I don't know if it was an intentional entomb there. He got by Polymarket, yeah. I'm so ready for the Power 18. Mm-hmm. I still have 3 up. Let's see if it's any counter magic. Brainstorm. Yeah, I'm actually gonna hit that. Why do you want to mess with what's in your hand? Ooh, I'm into the Power 18. I could play the Lloyd of Boyds, Brazen Borrower into the Lloyd of Boyds, but I just want a riddle. Swag. What's up, Assimilation Aegis? Yeah, draw me cards, Rizzler! Do you hit the Rizzler this time? The bird. Wait, what? Oh, yeah! He has another line of text. You can copy target triggered ability you control twice. Okay, at what point do I have too much Power 9 in my deck? Never? Never. I mean, I have 101 cards in my library right now. I would like to counter the spell and bounce that, but then you have 1, 2, 3. You can do that stupid thing again. I could cast Time Twister 15 times without decking. You can copy your own ability. Oh, that's cute. A pact? Rude. Well, well, well. Look who found Ancestral Recall. It's me, I did. What? The hell, man? They killed Mr. Fantastic. And they left him in the graveyard. Oh, I guess for Uro. Well, when you have a commander that just kind of draws you more removal, you just play a bunch of removal. I get it. Why'd you bolt that in? You know exactly what I have. I have a Brazen Borrower on an adventure. It's okay, I'll just draw my other Ancestral Recall. Or like a Time Walk or something. Oh wow! It's I assume, Quantum Riddler! We're at Mistrise Village. I don't believe Mistrise Village should be allowed in decks that are just mono blue. Go! Think Fairy! Lloyd of Boyds! Give me a bird! Ooh, should have given me a bird. Oh, they are tutoring for a creature. What creature? What is the creature you have? I feel like I don't see Eldamri's Call cast very often. Which is strange to me. It's like the instant speed, just like tutor a creature into your hand. Okay, Ice Till Explore, so they can replay those lands from their graveyard, fill up their graveyard even more. If Ice Till Explorer were a bird, I'd put it in this deck. It is not a bird. Very nice. It's Ice Till Explorer. Tutoring a creature into their hand? Oh, gross. Commandeer. Hey, there's Mistrise Village. Hello? Can I bird, please? I heard from a very reliable source that birds are the word. Here comes Uro. They draw more cards, put more lands into play. I believe they have double my lands now. Oh no, they only have 12. Only. A bird of many words. A bird of many words. Hey, how come your mom lets you have 2 Quantum Riddlers? Oh yeah, it's because one of them is actually mine. Can I please have that back? Be able to harness that next turn and start flickering things like this. Well. I don't know what else I'm doing in my life. It was a land. So they have one short of lethal that I can see. Doesn't mean they won't get there, though. They also gain a bunch of life because they have an Uro. Ah, I see. Mystic Sanctuary grabs a temporal test pass. They swing in with Uro, and then they will be taking an additional turn and killing me. We're dead. Tony Stark. Gonna play some artifacts, get some artifacts, and cheat them into play. I got a bird. I have a counterspell. I have a bird. And I have a bird and a different bird. Honestly, it's birds all the way down. I like that this is the bird-related counterspell. That's why it's in the deck. It's good for birds. Yeah, I'm going down to Birdie Town. I'm gonna probably build Great Goblin right after this. Human? You want an uncounterable Tony Stink? Blech. And here I wanted to deny you. Well, guess what? Two could play that game. Bird. B-I-R-D. See? A birdie. I guess I should technically swing in first. We draw. We drop. I'm gonna drop Talion's Throne Guard, maybe? He becomes a flyer. And I already have lands or non-lands, so yeah, I'm gonna drop you. This is a big flash dragon. They look at the top cards of their library. Yeah, if I don't counter something, the other thing I would have been doing is, like, using Divining Dive to get a land, maybe. That's it? That's all you doing, Tony? I think they were looking for lands. Well, I get to draw cards off Vulture. Malcolm's here, too. I'll drop Throne Guard. Since I have Nimble Obstructionist, Wondrous Wasp. Talisman of Creativity. Are you activating Tony again? Tony can, by the way, find lands if they're artifact lands. Thought Monitor. They thought they could handle this without more lands. I think they needed more lands. I will play this. Swing in. Cryptic Command and Kira. I'm going to drop the Nimble Obstructionist. Bring out Kira. And next turn, not only do we have a uncounterable Lord of Eagles, it's also untouchable. It's lethal. Birds rule! It's more Sackville Bagginses! I think this might even be the same player. I don't remember the username, but I feel like Gooey was right. Probably just because, like, in my head, I'm constantly thinking about, like, Luigi and Gooigi. Maybe I'm thinking about guided user interfaces. There are many Gooeys in my mind. They gotta think about what they want to do. Which cards they want to use. That's nice that I went first, by the way, with the Hydroponics into the fetch land. For anybody wondering, the fetch lands are in the deck to thin and to be for the Hydroponics Architect. Because Hydroponics Architect is a very good card. Thieving Aven is a maybe card in this deck. Do I feel like holding a counterspell? Nope. I feel like smuggling with a capta. Here come the Sackville Bagginses. They can sacrifice the Witch's Oven. Gets a treasure, draws a card. Thieving Aven. Yeah, you eat the oven. Actually, this makes sense. That's the Sackville Baggins is like pawning off Bilbo's oven. And unable to scream. No, against a sacrifice deck, I don't think that's that good. Next turn, I'm thinking Eagles, though. You can tell by their eyebrows that they're up to no good. They very much have villainous eyebrows. I wonder if the art of these two made them look less evil, and they're like, add a little bit more, like, sinisterness to their faces. Listen, as a haver of big eyebrows, we're not all sinister, just some of us. Oh, such innocent blood! My hydroponics architect. Whatever, my biggest bird is back here. Whoa, that's a big pyrogoyf. I mean, Baragoyf. God, if there were pyrogoyf, I'd be real dead. Let's see. Baragoyf, I will treasure dearly for all time. I will also steal your cards. A land. I got big counterspell. I don't need little counterspell. See what I steal. If it's 1 mana, even better. Oh, Blood Artist. Yeah, I'll take a Blood Artist. Four mana, or 5 if they're willing to sacrifice Baragoyf. Paul Blardest. I've still never seen Paul Blart Mall Cop, and yet I am somehow knowledgeable about all of the things that happen in the movie because I've heard multiple summaries of it and of Paul Blart 2. This is just what happens when you're, like, listening to movie podcasts out walking, and you're like, oh, I already listened to one podcast that summarized this movie. I guess I'll listen to another one. Yeah, such useful cultural awareness for me. Bird. Behold, bird. Behold. Bird. More bird. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. A bit of blossom, a bastion, and a moon shadow. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do not need to play Lord of Eagles to threaten lethal, I don't think. If I go for like this, whatever, I still want to play it. It's an 8/8 bird for 2 mana. You think Paul Blart should fight Jace in Reality Fracture? And who would win? Unfortunately, Jace. I feel like Paul Blart might be able to, like, bumble his way into foiling Jace's plan, but he would die tragically at the end. Oh, but Echo vs. Blart, as seen in Reality Fracture, would be a real cop with prosecutorial, wow, that's a big word, immunity, and a gun. That's scary. What's up, Line Brinker? Have you found a way to kill my eagles? If you swing in, yeah, you get +2/+2, but then you die. And you die anyway. GG. Hey, bye, Forest Guardian. It's shrines, or at least some shrines. You never know if you're playing up against purely hey bye control or something that's got a little bit more pizzazz to it. Using hey bye to get you the card draw shrines, because the card draw shrines are so much value that, well, shucks, it comes with a free 4/4 bear. It's a 1/1. It's a 1/1 and now it doesn't fly? Man. Fine. Reducing my power. Sanctum of All, let's see. Well, at least these are enchantment-related cards. I wonder if this is the budget hey buy. It certainly could be. Alright, we steal a think. But I'm just going to be real with you. We have to put the Sanctum of All back in their hand. They might be able to replay it, but it wouldn't be this next turn. Jukai Naturalist, Haunted of Infinite Rage. That'll be very good at killing my birds. I'll block. It's not like that bird's doing much for me. I'm one short of the, like, Riddler into Eagle bit. So they get to kill one of these. And once they've selected their target, get the triggers. Probably not keeping the cards I get off these drafts. We'll see if I get a really good one. I mean, Pestamite is fun. I'll grab this Hypnotic Sprite. Keep it over Glenalendra Guardian. Spell Stutter. Don't need that. And I'm hitting the Jukai Naturalist. This way they don't get the discount and they can't gain life. Tibbity tabbity. Here comes the Riddler. And here comes the Lord of the Eagles. You can kill my little birds, but less so my big birds. Army of Bamboo Groves gets them 2 forests. Yeah, so far, by the way, this is budget hey buy. Which is a, you know, completely functional deck. If you are looking to build a deck that's got mostly or almost entirely commons and uncommons, hey buy is a good framework for that. Any enchantments deck usually is. Well, here's hoping that, yeah, like, they can kill my little birds. Hopefully they can't kill my big bird. He lives on Sesame Street. He's very nice. I'll go to block the Jukai Naturalist. I don't want to block hey buy because then they just play it again. Well, they blink it again anyway. Spirit Oasis draws them cards. Southern Air Temple buffs up their creatures. And Haunted will be dealing 3 damage to any target at the start of the turn. Any target, which does include things like my face. If they get a swamp, they'd also get access to the Sanctum there. No, what's stopping them from playing Sanctum is they don't have black mana. Bird. Alright. Blue and blue. Goshen Tie of Shared Purpose. Put that on top of their deck. Alright, I have 2 mana up. That is a 2 mana creature. I'll grab that. Sculpt that hand. if I don't block, I believe I have lethal. Bird up! We swing in! And they go down. Budget hey bye! Got beaten by the birds. Satya, Aether Flux Genius, swings in, clones your creatures, gets you some energy, and can keep those clones around if you pay for their mana cost. I have bounce spells in this hand, which I actually think are really good against Satya. Satya himself, well, he's the one who's doing the cloning, and he doesn't have that much protection. Since the things he clones tend to be like enter the battlefield effects, we want to bounce him. Costs 4 mana. That lets me, I think, curve into these decently. Silent Hall Creeper. Very creepy. Has a nice on-hit ability. I feel like just drawing a card here versus holding up Borrower. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Give me a 2/2 draw card. We could put some Manifest Dread with the birds and call it Flipping the Bird. There is actually one good flyer that has like Manifest or Cloak or whatever, one of those things, Disguise. Oh, 2 Clarion Conquerors! Wow! Man! Why does your mom let you have birds? So, this prevents me from activating artifacts, creatures, or planeswalkers. I actually don't have that many activated abilities, so this is fine. They're gonna swing for 6. I will take 6. Try to bring out the Talion's Throne Guard. I wonder if they have that in their deck, too. And I'm going to bounce the fake Clarion Conqueror. Is it the Falcon from Karlov Manor? That one's not that great for this deck, but the one I was thinking of is actually, it has an ability similar to this. Oh, Glen Olendra's thingy. Want to use it on that? Nah, have yourself some 3-tree battalion. An elite spellbinder and a fake elite spellbinder. Lloyd of the Boyds. And sure, you get to exile more stuff from my hand. Let me double check the name. I want to say it's called like Mistway Spy. Mistway Spy. That's the one. Mistway Spy. It is a 1-mana 1/1 flyer, but if you disguise it for 3 mana and then flip it up for 2, it gets you card draw on hit for 1 turn. I'm sorry, not even card draw. It's actually just investigate. Man. Speaking of flipping my bird, they flipped it back into the command zone. Quite to ask, if my cat knew that these were real birds, she would be going crazy on it. Thank you again for the 41-month resub. Soon I'll have nothing left in my hand. Here comes Elite Spellbinder. I actually thought they were going to go for Satya there, but they went for a tapped land instead. Bing and Bong. Bong and Bing. Double Obstructionist. Lloyd of the Boyds. And I'm doing this before I swing because I would like to swing. And if they block, then I wouldn't be able to do it. Looking good. No more things you can exile from my hand. But I still took this out of my hand because, like, Sacha can clone things. Oh, Reflector Mage! Sure, they can put something back in my hand. System message. Oh, I wonder if they're fixing the modal spell issue. By the way, I'm recording this on a Thursday. That is not a normal update day. Flame slash rude, but understandable. And jail. I will leave it there. They will swing for 4. I can't recast this. And that's 6 mana. Yeah, they're able to clone with the Reflector Mage. So I'm just gonna chill. Hello, Sacha. A fine fae you are. Silent Hall Creeper returns. We're swinging with all 3. Actually, since I have Vulture in hand, I'm going to just take all of those. Little frisky risky, but you know what? We live our best life here. Here's Vulture. Vulture, draw me a card. A Nykthos. I can block a little in the air. But I might still be dead. We'll see. I have the Brazen Borrower able to come out. But it's tough because Sacha, like, has the Menace and I can't afford to bounce him, which was my plan. Because they made Cyclonic Rift cost a little more. Yep, Reflector Mage bounces my Vulture. And I can only prevent 3 damage. I block. And the birds are taken down by the Energy Man. Cantorius History Chaser. Going to be making some spirits and maybe playing some spirits that fly, but for the most part, they are on the ground. Elephants are not good at flying. Ignore that Secrets of Strixhaven literally had a flying elephant creature. Typically, not good at flying. A Curse of Silence. Are you cursing my bird? I play a 1-mana 3/3 to try to discount my commander, and you say, no, no, no. Your commander costs 2 more. That's very rude of you, making my Lord of Eagles cost more mana. Well, I guess I'll chill. Probably flashing out Wasp. If they play a creature, I'll hit that. I could also just use the untap ability, but I mean, I like playing to the battlefield. By the way, Wasp will ask if you want it to hit itself. No, Wasp, I don't. I want you to hit my opponent in the face. Now I've got a counterspell. Glenolender's Answer next turn, but just 3 steps ahead for now. This is the cloning counterspell. It does a lot. Oh, apparently the update did fix, the choice bug. Choice spells were bugged on Arena. Lucky us. I'll put 3 steps ahead back on top of my deck. Swinging for another 2. This is the turn I would play my birds. If I could play my birds, Flage and Cantorius, you rude, rude boy. With your Curse of Silence. You can't silence a bird. I'll caw forever. Ah! Caretaker's Talent. Not so fast. They want to draw cards when they play tokens. By the way, even if they tried to tithe this spell can't be countered. No, but they're going to humiliate my bird so it's not a flyer anymore. And since it's not a flyer anymore, I can't play the Lord of the Eagles! My birds! No! And Kentorius, you already know I have this. I'll drop the fake land. Alright, let's see. It would be a discount of 3. Okay. I think it might be Bird O'Clock. Do it on their turn. Make them think I got another counter spell. I don't. Alright, we go for the Smuggler's Copter. And we flash out the Lord of the Eagles. Well, what would you look at the time? Oh, Lord. Wait, what do you mean Bilbo's Gambit? The Bilbo's Gambit. Lord of the Eagles! Not going for the discount first because I want to deal more damage. This is a great new card. A Braid. A Braid? Taste of my days. Do you have a board wipe? A board wipe? Can you wipe the birds? That's a Ragavan. That's a Skyclave apparition. It is a spirit. But it can't fly! So we go for the face! Peck those elephants' eyes out. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I'm happy that the Lord of the Eagles turned out as well as it did. I was a little worried that this deck would need to run tons of counter spells, but in the end, like you can see here, I have 38 creatures. This is a deck that is playing creatures and a couple spells like to help support it. Yes, we're mono blue, so we have counter spells, but we have more than just counter spells. We have birds, and I love birds. I love versatile birds, and I will say, All-Star in this deck, Vulture, Feathered Fiend. I think that this is one of those cards that you could probably swap for the commander, but you might want to make the deck a little bit more like Sinette, running fewer of the large flyers and more of the 1 and 2 mana flyers to make Vulture really work. But I think Vulture's a really great card for, oops, all blue flyers. My previous deck that was most like this was Sinette from Jumpstart. That's the one that makes a jellyfish, and I had some blink stuff in there. Whereas this one is a lot more like 1, 2, 3 drop flyers, trying to build up as much power as possible so you can get to the Lloyd of the boards. And the fact that this thing has flash is also pretty great. When I say it's like mono blue Ghalta, I mean it, because it gets you a big discount, and then it comes down and it smashes your opponent in the face. Even if it sometimes dies to removal, sure, your opponent had to hold up removal for the bird. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest another Hobbit commander for me to brew, let me know. Yes, I did start with the birds and the bears, a little bit of the Beastie Boy theme here. And we're gonna go to the more humanoid ones next. We got goblins, we got elves, we got dwarves. We got some good cards that we're going to get to try out. So please let me know in the comments what you'd like to see so I can get brewing. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.